Hello and welcome to another March Madness edition of the Spartan Sports Report. I'm Jason Laplow.
And I'm Ethan Hunter. What a weekend it was to be here in East Lansing, Jason.
Yeah, that's right. The basketball team advanced in the NCAA tournament, and another MSU team received a bid into a tournament of their own.
Yeah, there's plenty to celebrate here, but before we move on to the hard court, let's take things to the ice.
The Michigan State hockey team ended their season after a Big Ten semifinal loss to Minnesota on February 10th. The team finished 18-18-2 on the season and ended up 16th in the pairwise ranking, just narrowly missing the NCAA tournament. Despite that, the team has a lot to be pleased with coming out of Coach Nightingale's first season with the team. SSR reporters Maren Klein and Elisa Luker had a chance to sit down with two of the Spartans' youngest stars.
In the first season of the Adam Nightingale era, the Michigan State hockey team has seen the most success since the 2013-2014 season. And following their coach's lead, freshmen Carson Dorwart and Daniel Russell have had an outstanding first season in the green and white.
I'd always wanted to come to Michigan State. My dad played here too, so ever since I was little, I wanted to play hockey here. So that's why I came.
For me, obviously, you get interest from a Big Ten school, that's kind of a big deal. And then just the new coaching staff and strength staff was really important for me. So that was a big reason why I came here.
This year brought a brand new coaching staff, new arena, and 12 new players added to the roster. There has been a new buzz surrounding the program that makes the players excited to be a part of it.
I mean, I think it's been great. You come in every day and you're constantly learning new stuff, video every day, just a lot of intensity on the ice and stuff like that. And then in the gym with Will, again, you're constantly learning new stuff. It's a lot of stuff I've never done before, and just the attention to detail he has in there is insane.
The pair came to East Lansing together from their USHL team, the Sioux Falls Stampede, and it was hard for any Spartan fan to miss the chemistry that they had on ice.
It's really fun. We kind of clicked pretty early, playing with each other. So it's pretty awesome to continue that. I feel like we work really well together.
Yeah, like he said, I think it makes it a lot easier playing together last year, and then coming in here, it gave you a sense of comfort with the beginning of the year, and then kind of just took off from there.
Dorwart and Russell solidified their place on the top line quickly and joined four-year senior Jagger Joshua. Together, the three had a combined 30 goals and 77 points.
It's been awesome. He's really good in the corners and stuff like that. He can also make plays, even being a bigger guy. He's really effective out there. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's, like he said, he's a really fun guy to just be around on the ice or in the locker room, and obviously he can finish when given the opportunity. So I think it's been fun to see him have a lot of success this year because he deserves it. So.
In just 1 year, the two have had lasting memories and helped the team with big wins over big opponents.
Probably our first win against Michigan here at home was really cool. The crowd was really into it. This place was packed, and that was just a really fun, high energy game.
Yeah, I think probably dueling the D in Little Caesars was just sick. So much fun.
The two freshmen have had a great start to their college careers and are excited to be a part of a program on the rise.
I think we're trending in a really good direction, and I think we can be even better in the coming years.
I think we're kind of just starting to build something here, so just trying to get better every game and make it a place people want to come in the future.
For Spartan Sports Report, Maren Klein and Elisa Luker reporting.
Thanks, Maren. Now, the hockey season may have come to an end, but MSU basketball is dancing on. We go now into the studio to AJ and Lexi, who have everything you need to know about MSU's weekend and appearance in the Sweet 16. Guys, how are we looking?
Thank you, Ethan. We both got to travel down to Columbus, Ohio and experience firsthand the first round, second round games of the NCAA tournament. Starting with game 1, Michigan State versus USC. What did you see and what stood out?
I think Michigan State did a really good job of limiting USC's guards. Backcourt play is essential to winning in March, and Boogie Ellis and Drew Peterson both struggled, and I think Michigan State did a great job of defending both of those guys. Ellis averages over 18 points a game. He also leads the Pac-12 in three-pointers made. He didn't connect on a single three-point attempt, and he also was held to only 6 points. I think Peterson posed a more unique challenge for Michigan State, just given the fact that he's 6'9", he plays inside and out, but overall, they really didn't allow him to get into a rhythm. He went 4 for 10 from the field, made 11 points, but he really didn't create for others and himself the way he normally does. And I think in the end, that's why Michigan State won that one.
You know, another big element for Michigan State was their play inside the paint. USC is very well known for their defense. It was ranked number 11th in defensive field goal percentage. How was Michigan State able to work around that?
Yeah, I think Tyson Walker and A.J. Hogarth did a great job of setting the tone in that aspect of the game. Both of those guys love to get into the paint, but I think Tyson Walker did a really good job of splitting screens, especially in the second half. I noticed that USC started to hedge a lot more on screens, and Tyson Walker did a great job of just taking his angles and creating for himself and others while still getting into the paint.
You talked about the veterans, but Michigan State had 3 freshmen come into the game and make an immediate impact. Carson Cooper with 2 slam dunks followed by 2 major rebounds late in the game.
Yeah, I think his dunks really gave a jolt of momentum to the crowd, and I think that transferred onto the floor, and I think the players love to see it. But I think those guys are going to be a really big piece of Michigan State continuing to survive and advance in this tournament.
You know, talking about the crowd, it was a battle of the fans during that second round game versus Marquette.
Yes, there was a lot of division in that crowd. Both of those teams are a lot closer regionally, but that was a battle. I think that was really a defensive-oriented game. Marquette plays great defense. You know, they're led by Shaka Smart, who's a defensive-minded coach, but I think Michigan State did a really good job of beating the Golden Eagles at their own game. Marquette pressed a lot. They were really aggressive, but Michigan State matched their intensity for the entirety of that game.
Michigan State will now travel to Madison Square Garden in New York to take on Kansas State on Thursday with a tip-off time of 6:30.
Our director, Jason Laplow, got a chance to talk to some of the fans at Nationwide Arena, and he put together a package for SSR.
Let's take a look.
This is what an arena sounds like.
The energy in this building is palpable.
But what does a Spartan sound like?
My mom dressed me.
Go white, I like it.
This is all that's left of March Madness here in Columbus. But earlier today, this place was filled to the brim with Spartan fans.
You gotta have the basketball, you gotta have the lights, you gotta have the tights.
So Michigan State's a family, right? We've always been a family. We've gone through some hard times recently, and we've been a family. We stick together. So it's good to see everybody stick together down here in Ohio.
I've gone to 5 Final Fours with them already, yeah. All games are good, and watching the camaraderie. It's just a very, very good feeling to see these kids get together, and they're so polite.
For some Spartan fans, a tournament game so close to home was an opportunity too good to pass up.
I'm from Michigan originally, but I work down here.
Earlier in the week, he was like, should I do it? Should I not do it? Should I do it? Should I not do it? And I was like, how often is it going to happen? You might as well just buy the tickets and we'll see what happens.
For others, a Spartan tournament appearance was a pretty good excuse for a family road trip.
My dad came down from the D.C. area because I teach in Roanoke now, so that was 10 hours for him. Anytime Spartans can take over Buckeye territory, I'm very happy about that, and it's been pretty great to see as much green and white as there has been here. For example, the team store is already out of the MSU shirt, so I think that speaks volumes about who's here.
For a young Spartan in his first tournament, the atmosphere was almost too good to be true, but he couldn't let it deter him from the task at hand.
Warming up and everything is just kind of like, man, you know, all the March Madness games I watched growing up as a kid, you know, now that I'm finally here, it's crazy, but the game started and, you know, we started playing. It really, you know, started to feel like, you know what, it's just a game, you know, there's like all this outside, you know, noise and all this hype for March Madness, but at the end of the day, you know, it's 5-on-5 and, you know, we have a, you know, job to do.
It was such an entertaining weekend of basketball here in Columbus, capped off by Michigan State's first visit to the Sweet 16 since 2019. From March Madness, from Columbus, for Spartan Sports Report, I'm Jason Laplow.
Nationwide Arena was truly the place to be this weekend if you were in green and white, but also for those sporting blue and red. Florida Atlantic University defeated surprise contender Fairleigh Dickinson in Columbus and will be taking on Tennessee, also in Madison Square Garden. The winner of that game will face the winner of the Spartan Wildcat matchup in the Elite Eight.
The Michigan State gymnastics team has received a bid into the NCAA tournament. This is their second bid in a row for the Big Dents, and as they go in as the number 10 seed overall. They are led by Big Ten Freshman of the Year Nikki Smith, and at the helm, head coach Mike Rowe, who was voted Big Ten Coach of the Year for the second straight year. The team ended their regular season with a 14-2 overall record and will begin their competition in the second round in Pittsburgh on March 31st at 2 p.m.
What an exciting first weekend it was at the NCAA tournament. I can't wait to see how all the next rounds unfold, and I know I'll be watching on Thursday. That's all the time we have for this edition of the Spartan Sports Report. I'm Ethan Hunter.
And I'm Jason Laplow. Remember to check out our YouTube page, Spartan Sports Report, for all of our previous episodes, and check out the new articles we've been posting on the Spartan Newsroom under the SSR tab. Follow along on our social media accounts for updates throughout the week. Thank you for watching. I'm Jason Lackler.